Hi everybody, it's Dara, and I want to talk about being in a good mood and good mood food. And on the counter I have a durian. On the counter I have sweet rose tulsi tea, holy basil. On the counter I have cacao, I have rosebuds, I have cinnamon, I have a candle, and I have roses, and I have you guys. Here's the thing. I eat a raw food diet for many reasons. One is optimal health. Like, I just feel good eating a primarily raw food diet. Nothing's cooked above 118 degrees. It maintains the living enzymes. I'm eating food that's live and colorful. If we are what we eat, let's choose, instead of certain things, let's choose live and colorful and fresh and give our bodies the best chance possible. Because even if we eat so many fruits and veggies, we really need to pay attention, because a lot of the fruits and veggies are not having enough minerals from the ground. And so all of these things that I'm into, supplementation and adding cacao and using cacao in my hot tonics, and then adding traditional Chinese medicines and things like shilajit from the Himalayas for minerals, and all of these different and obscure, sometimes very obscure sounding things are sometimes called superfoods. Sometimes, I don't really call them superfoods. I just call them things that I like to supplement to help myself feel good. So on the subject of mood, it's normal for us all to have a moment or two or three that could turn into an hour or two or days. Hopefully not, but where we're not feeling our best. Outside stressors, inside stressors, things that we have that we're not letting go of yet, things that we want to. I have a tonic on the stove. I have hot water on the stove. I'm making a tonic. I am showing you some of the things that I do to help elevate myself, okay? Because the moment you start realizing, I don't feel so great, or that interaction with that person, that just got me down, flip the switch, make the choice, turn up the light, and do some of the following things. By all means, if you feel like being sad, be sad. But when it's time to flip on the switch, turn on the light, and what tools do I use? I was going to show you. It was something that came to my mind. Anyway, I got a durian the other day, and durian is definitely, it's from Thailand. It's a fruit. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's really heavy. It's many pounds. It's very, very hard and very prickly on the outside. So when I cut it open, I use a towel because it hurts my hand to press on it. You definitely wouldn't want to be under one of these 20-foot trees when the durian drops and falls to the ground. But as David Wolf says, when durian drops to the ground in Thailand, the sarongs fall off. Durian's an aphrodisiac. Durian has B6, vitamin B6 in it, which helps our bodies produce serotonin. And when we're low in serotonin, we can feel depressed. I was just talking with my beautiful friend Ami, who does the nectars by Ami, my most favorite beautiful scents, and those lift my mood. So I'm going to post the link below. All natural essential oils, handcrafted and gorgeous. We were talking about how women get low in progesterone, and then they're not developing enough serotonin, and so there's things that we can do to boost ourselves so we're not alone in having those dips, okay? Call a friend, somebody's funny, makes us laugh, that's a way. We light a beeswax candle, which promotes negative ions in the air. Pink roses do it for me. The flowers actually will absorb negative energy and take it out. Durian's going to boost our serotonin. And I'm making some hot water for tea so that I can have some rose, which is a high vibration. This has some tonic herbs in it. They say that rose is the highest vibration flower. So when we have rose, it settles our nerves, it lifts our spirits. That's what I was thinking of telling you. Reishi mushroom is known to calm the heart and lift the spirits. So sometimes I just put the tea in. What did I do with it? That's so funny. Here it is. This is by Organic India. I only use organic teas, and organic whenever possible, everything, when is possible. Tea, put in the tea, and then after it steeps, I use these Ron Tea Gardens, dragonherbs.com, a couple of the roses floating, pink roses floating in the top, and it's so pretty. And so I'm on my way. I smell the roses, I smell the tea, I have the candle lit, I look at the roses, and I smell the durian. And it's funny, to me, durian smells beautiful because I love the way it tastes, I love the way I feel when I eat it, and a lot of people don't like the smell. In fact, in Thailand, it's prohibited from, you're prohibited from having it in public places like airports and things. Because it does, when it's thawed out, it can get a little smelly. But at this point, it's still sort of, it's very cold, and when it's frozen and cold, it doesn't have a terrible smell. And you can buy these at an Asian market in the freezer, and you put a towel on the outside, and you look for the indentation. I've already cut it, but you look for the indentation in it, and you cut along and pry it open, and you pull out a pod, a fruity, fleshy, gorgeous pod that has a big pit in the middle that looks like this. That's the pit. We don't eat the pit, but we eat the fruit. And you can eat it like that. But if you're new at it and you want to make sure that it really tastes good, I'm using my NutriBullet. It's so easy and so fast and single serving wonderfulness. It's not a word. So I'm just going to take the, I don't like to say flesh, the fruity part. The fruity part off. Don't be scared of the durian. It's amazing. Do not be afraid. It's so beautiful, and it's got sulfur, and it makes our skin look prettier. It's got a lot of fiber, and it's a delicacy. So all I have to do is add a little bit of water, and I always like a pinch of salt. That'll bring out the sweetness. And what's durian without vanilla? So I use ground vanilla bean, and durian goes really well with cinnamon and or chocolate. Put a lot of vanilla, and that's it. You just blend it up. I think it's the vanilla and the salt. To me, it tastes like some kind of, no other flavor. It's a little sweet, and it is sweet, and it's creamy, and I think I might need a little more water. Yeah. So it's going. I think another pod too, so we give it more to do. So what do I do when I'm in a mood? I've said this before. Look for my moving energy video. It's really important to move stuck energy out of your house and declutter. And because I've done a lot of decluttering, the things that come up now are not so much like, oh, I have to move stuff, but now emotions come up. Well, like just like when we start to detox, right? We start to detox our bodies. We have physical symptoms, and we also have emotional. And so it doesn't really do any good to numb ourselves by all of the ways in which our society does that, because then we're suppressing. We're just suppressing feelings that will come out in some weird way, in another way, and we all do that. And then we know, once we know when it's time to deal with something, it's time. When it comes up in such an extraordinary way, in such an obvious physical, feeling that you have, and you feel emotional, and it's so big, then you know, okay, I've been triggered, there's something in me that needs to be expressed and let go of, and it's time. So then we do that, and we also take care of ourselves. We do the things that can help lift our spirits enough so that we can go about the practicality, because that's how I look at it. It's kind of like, let's go about the practicality of addressing very human things that come up. Put a little more water. So I'm coaching everybody on More with Dara. We're doing a feng shui decluttering, and the things seem to be hard to let go of, but once you let go of the things and you're left with just the emotions, those are the harder things, and the physical things represent our emotions. But what happens is we empty out a drawer, and if we can't deal with it, we get overwhelmed and we put the things back, then it's just like stuffing our emotions and stuffing the stuff, and we're aware that it's there and it's going to come out at some point anyway. So as best you can, deal with what comes up. Deal with the emotions, deal with the stuff, touch it once, move it out. I've done it. I've held that thing and said, oh, I'll just deal with that another time, and I put it back in the drawer, and guess what? It just takes longer, you know. You know what I could do in here if I really want to make this a super powerful mood elevating. So here, this is just durian, water, vanilla, and salt, right? And it's delicious. It's a gorgeous pudding. If I want to make it a little sweeter, I could put a little coconut nectar in, but this is already making me happy. Now, to take it a little further, reishi mushroom in here, a little bit of mucuna pruriens, mucuna, and that boosts serotonin as well. A little bit of cacao combined with that, I'm gonna go for it. Mucuna, reishi, so if you're just getting used to durian, don't add the reishi because the reishi's bitter. Don't add the mucuna because it'll throw the flavor. But if you're hardcore like me and you want a mood elevator, by all means, go for it. Medicinal madness. You know what else I do to put myself in a good mood? I make a video. When I go too long without videos, it gets me sad. We're not doing the thing we're supposed to be doing. It shows up. I'm putting cacao in. And I did good. Reishi, mucuna. I think I put in all the things I said I was going to. I could make it a little bit sweeter because it's going to have some bitter, right? Those things I just put in are bitter. I love that. Oh, I was going to tell you. I show you guys what I eat, right? So I do eat a salad a day, and I realize that, you know, that somebody wrote, oh my God, I can't believe they wrote this. They wrote, if you do another salad or pate, I'm going to poke myself in the neck with a pen. And I was like, wow, that's pretty strong. And I'm like, all right, here we go. We got a durian pudding. And I'll make some interesting recipes. I've been so otherwise occupied with life that in order to make a video, I'm really just showing you what I eat, and that's the truth. I mean, it's the honest truth. So sometimes I'm getting fancier, it might be a holiday, sometimes I want to make a special dessert, but most of the time, to be honest with you, eating raw food day in and day out, I'm going to do what's easiest for me. I'm just going to be smoothies and soups and salads, you know, and patés are easy. That's how I sustain this lifestyle. But for me, it's about making it accessible and making it easy, and then fancy can come later, right? Oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I made something other than a salad, But I'm gonna make some other food. I learned so many. I'm a chef. I was a private chef for a year. I think that's what did it. Feeding somebody else for an entire year, day in and day out, and being in the kitchen for 12 to 14 hours and making all kinds of fancy food, the pizzas and the burgers and the this and the that. Sometimes you're just like, you want to get about life. You want to do other things and not be in the kitchen. So the salads and smoothies are there, and if you guys have anything you'd like to see me make, let me know, because I pretty much can make anything raw. That's a fun game, you know, to make different and new things. So we can do that. And I have my rose tea and my chocolate pudding, my chocolate durian pudding. I guess I could just eat it out of here. You see, that's simple. So, mood elevating. Play some music. I hate to say this after this food thing, but I highly recommend if there's some toxicity going on, and toxicity can be physical and emotional, both. Most likely it's both. Please consider getting colon hydrotherapy. Please consider eating more fiber to move things through. Please consider jumping on a rebounder to get the lymphatic system moving, because things get stuck. So we want to move the energy, and those are the ways, and decluttering is a big part of it. So if ever you want any more of me and this stuff that I talk about, there's a lot more videos and blogs on morewithdara.com. I love you guys. Subscribe if you haven't, thumbs up if you feel like it, and you can make this same pudding if you don't have durian, make it with bananas, and it will be delicious. So I will see you really soon, and get your greens on.